Hello, my name is Jennifer Nielsen. To celebrate the release of my new historical novel, Rescue, I'm doing a series of book chats answering questions from all of you. Rescue tells the story of Meg Kenyon, who is living in Nazi-occupied France, about how she becomes involved with a secret mission that, if it's successful, it will result in the rescue of her father from a German prisoner of war camp. But in order to succeed, she's going to need to solve several secret codes. Now, Rescue, as it turns out, is my 20th book in release, which I just find amazing. But so I'd like to answer a few of your questions about the career of being an author. Question number 1. Isabel asks, do you ever have days where you feel down about your writing? If so, how do you handle that and get the inspiration and motivation to get back to it? Isabel, of course there's days I feel down about it. Maybe I'm just personally discouraged, or maybe I'm stuck, or maybe I've just received a bad review or some bit of bad news related to the career, and that's hard. It's hard because you feel like you're working so hard and you're putting yourself out there creatively, and then some days when that wave of frustration hits you, it can hit pretty hard. And on times like that, when it happens, I mean, I can't lie, ice cream is really helpful for me. But part of it too is I always have to remind myself why I began writing in the first place. And the truth is, I'm not writing for some critic to pat me on the head and say what a good author I was that day. I'm not writing for great sales numbers. I'm not writing for any approval at all. I'm writing because I love the act of putting story on paper. And so I go right back to my roots in those times of frustration, and I remember why I started in the first place. And that reminds me that that's still my favorite reason to write. Question number 2. Lizzie asks, do you always have books in progress? Yes, because I always have more ideas than I can manage, and so I will be working on more than one project at a time. Right now I'm working on kind of a contemporary thriller. I'm working on a historical. I'm working on 2 historicals. I'm doing an interview with somebody that might turn out to be a historical. I'm doing some research for a World War II novel. I'm doing some brainstorming for a younger chapter book and a picture book, and this really kind of paranormal sort of weird story that might turn out to be a horror. I'm not sure because I haven't got that far into it. I'm writing a play, and I'm writing like 3 screenplays. But all that said, my focus is always on one project specifically. Everything else is for just waiting in the wings, and I might dabble in it a little bit, but in the end, I do have to type the end on my projects. So I always have the main one that I'm working on, and then everything else just waits in the wings. Question number 3. Maggie asks, what is your daily routine like as an author? How do you balance writing and other activities? Maggie, in any given day, this is a little bit of what I might do. And how do I balance writing and other activities? One of the things I did, Maggie, very early on is I defined the 3 things that were going to be the most important to me. And I always focus on those every single day. And if it's not in my top 3, I just might not get to it. And that's okay, because it's all right to say no to something that just doesn't matter to you as much if you're trading it for something that matters even more. Now, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. There's going to be more book chats ahead, and so please stay tuned. But in the meantime, if you're looking for a new book to read, I hope you'll consider Rescue. This is a story filled with danger and intrigue and adventure and friendship And you're going to probably learn some really awesome things about World War II history as well. So you can get this from your Scholastic book fairs, from your favorite independent bookstore, or from your library, and I hope you'll want to check it out. Thank you.